State's top.
Let's go! If we could address you directly right now.
Everything comes full circle.
That's number one.
I don't tell him what questions to ask me.
There are a lot of people around town that have the same question.
Brush my teeth. I'm gonna get washed in the morning.
I can't confirm or deny.
You know, just keep going a little bit longer here, Mike. Keep going a little bit longer.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this special report.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters.
And go! I really would. I expected to happen there when I yelled and go. But my disappointment was real. And that's very confusing. Here we are, Sports Show, Cody Mack, ESPN Radio, 97.7, 100.1.
Tell me what to do.
What are you guys doing? You guys are mad today. Oh. We'll talk a little bit about some Syracuse hoops. Hello, all of those of you that are still digging out from underneath the ridiculousness that has been these last several days. I think, till I jinx it now, I think we're good. So thank God. Everyone just get a flamethrower for next winter, and we will all be good. Hello, Wednesday afternoon. Let me do that and put that up there. 315-437-7644. If you need to get everything off your chest, as hairy as that chest may be, I will listen to your complaints or good stuff that go down. I don't mind. Or if you got fun snow stories, because seeing what the hell's been going on around the areas in the last couple of days, I bet you guys got some real fun snow stories. That would be way more fun to talk about than what we'll talk about to start the show in just a second, and that's SU basketball. But I don't want to do too much. I got some, but I got other stuff. I like talking wrestling. We're going to do wrestling talk today, some more wrestling talk, because it is the road to WrestleMania, and I do really enjoy talking wrestling, and several of you also do, so we'll do that as well. What else I got over there? Oh, I've got some real cool Hall of Fame stuff from the NFL that hopefully I get to, if not today, tomorrow, hopefully. Some cool the Hall of Fame inductees being told they were being inducted, and it's some pretty cool audio. I'll have that. And then at some point, maybe tomorrow, more than likely tomorrow, I've got Josh Allen audio and stuff like that for you. Bills' top 10 plays as we desperately try to wrap up the NFL season. I just can't get there because I am riddled with ADD, and I move around all over the place. Got Dilemma Cuse over at QSportsTalk.com, Florida guy, Matt from Auburn, my mom, Showgirl Fuzz, Marcel Scott, T. Murph, and 10 to 15,000 more of you watching over at QSportsTalk.com. Don't look that up. I'm glad you guys can hang out today on a Wednesday. We'll also talk where I will be tomorrow, other than the usual spots. So we'll get to all of that and then probably not even close to all that. Probably like a quarter of all that. But we going to try, though.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
All right. Thank you, Ralph. That means we're off and running. Appreciate that. All right. So, yeah, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. And it was the worst of times by the time the game was over for Syracuse. I didn't even mean to really do that. I just kind of started saying something, and it actually kind of worked out sort of well as, Syracuse loses as your boy almost absolutely nailed the score. I was real close. I did get the sexy score of the day. So in a way, I, much like some of your moms, I did nail at least a little bit of nailing done. As I said, 79 to 69, and it was 80 to 69. So at the very, very, very least, sexy score of the day is correct by me. However, it wasn't a losing effort by Syracuse as they go down. Note to self that I will forget about later. Definitely add the oh yeah noise to your soundboard for whenever you do that later, because that would have been a perfect time to play that. First half looked like it was all your boys. Syracuse jumps out to a 41-34 lead at halftime, and then things they get sour. They get sour. So here's the highlights. I know after a loss, it's not your guys' most favoritist thing to do, and then we'll hear from Coach Red. But Syracuse Pitt last night, 7 o'clock. Here's how it went down. Spoiler, it was a loss.
Austin thought about it, now goes right to the rim, draws the foul, and he'll have a chance for three.
I mean, JJ had 14, 3 of 11 from
so
three.
Good the other day against Carolina. The senior from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, has 3 more. Zach Austin with a dozen. Starlin has it taken away. Off the steal, Jalen Lowe, end-to-end, and we are tied at 51.
And just like that, that lead Syracuse had has vanished.
Their resume.
Lowe, tough shot. We're tied once again at 53.
2 hands strong.
Leggett. And Pittsburgh has its first lead of the night. And they reset the shot clock.
Just like that, the lead's gone even further because now they're losing.
Calling for his team to come out defensively. Lowe just goes right to the bucket, drops a dime from behind his back, and Corin able to lay it in.
Great find, great pass, and even better finish.
We were talking earlier today, Randolph.
These guys will find themselves on the second team.
Pitt was still a lot to play for. And they're playing like it here in the second half.
As they go on to win. A lot of big plays for Pitt. 3 of their starters in double digits as Ishmael, Leggett, and Zach Austin, both 19 apiece for Pitt. Syracuse, Chris Bell, thank God for him having his best game of the year with 23 points. Chris Bell, 7 for 12 from 3, because if you take his 7 away, Syracuse, again, with that 3-point stuff that they do where the entire team is Steph Curry. The entire team is Steph Curry, and it just was not good. After you have it wasn't like a huge lead. I think everyone in this area is so used to the Syracuse just losing this year. They were like, but they had a huge lead. It was not a huge lead, but it was a lead that after Eddie came out in the half, they scored a couple buckets. He puts that dunk down that they probably should have extended. But they didn't. They probably should have made more shots. Coach agrees.
I thought offensively, we got a lot of good shots in the second half. We couldn't make them. I thought we got a lot of good looks.
Hello?
And that's what we talk about when our defense is so important. When you get those good looks and you're not making them, like, you got to be able to have your defense there to hold teams down until we can get our offense going. And obviously we didn't do that.
But what was weird is that the offense was already going 41 points in the first half to 28 points in the second half. That just, you cool down. You cool down real good. I didn't hear a bunch of these other ones, so I'll hear them now. We'll react after, as we keep hearing from Coach Red for the next several minutes after a tough loss. However, bittersweet. When you drop a 69 on them, you really expect good things, as do most people when they get a 69 dropped on them.
I thought the guys, battled for about, 27, 28 minutes, but it's a 40-minute game.
Math. Don't make me bust out Steiner math. But yeah, no, I see what he's doing there. They battled for a while, and then they just kind of stopped once they got a lead. And then once Pitt put on a little bit of pressure, no good. And then they had a couple turnovers. You heard one of the turnovers in those highlights. Not so good. Not so good.
I just thought we went through a spell in the second half where, where the game started going back and forth. That's when our turnovers, some costly turnovers, empty possessions, where we talk about just entering the ball in. No one practices those. We make those. We just make those mistakes that, sometimes you just kind of a head scratcher.
Yeah, no, and again, and I heard Stephen Fonte say it earlier that I would rather, and I agree, I would rather have JJ be the guy that when there needs to be a bucket or there needs to be a guy to step up, he's the guy that is at least saying, I'll try something, because nobody else seems to want to do anything other than like Chris Bell stand out, hit a three. If you want me to hit a wide open three, I can attempt to do that. But other than that, I mean, you got to make your shots. You can't miss layups.
We were around the rim. We just couldn't finish. I don't know, what else, to do, as far as that. We got to go up strong. You got to shot fake. Got to get into people.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can't miss layups. And things are, I get that doing this show and watching all of these in the Q Sports Talk chat and everything, that sometimes it seems like there's a small pocket of people that, do the coach has got to go, this and that. But I'm going to use a reference that your kids will understand. So if you got to ask them. I only know a little bit because I've watched my brother playing. Like how in Fortnite, the area gets smaller and there's like a storm approaching and it's only so much of the battlefield you can use. It seems like we had that little pocket here where we're like, fire coach. And now the storm is expanding and it's just getting bigger and there's not going to be much more field for the coach if it ends like this, because they got NC State next. I mean, I don't really need to look at any of these teams' records. Are they any of these like, oh no, phew, at least they'll win that. Virginia Tech after that, at Virginia Tech, at SMU, big loss. And then Virginia to end the year. Another big loss, unless JJ starts dropping 50 or 60 a game, which probably not going to happen. I mean, he's out there battling. He's out there shooting. What did he drop here? What was it? 14, but again, missed a lot of points. At least, again, he's trying.
I still thought we had control of it. I still thought we had, we got the shots that we wanted. We got the shots that we wanted, and we just didn't make them. I think JJ had about 4 or 5 open looks. They didn't go in. That happens, and that's why the defense is so important. And we just, we've struggled in that area this year defensively. And that hurt us again today.
Oh yeah, a little bit. So I don't know, man. I don't really know what else to say. It's not fun for me to just. What am I going to do? I don't want to. If you want to call and say, well, they got to have a coaching change, go ahead. But I'm bored of that already. My ADD does not allow me to continuously do the same thing over and over and over. They didn't look good. I don't know what to do. Thank God I'm not in charge of making those decisions. Right? No thanks. How's about this? Let's do a quick break now, because I always go long on this segment. Hear that, ladies? Always go long. And then we'll come back, do some more shooty hoops, hang out, have some fun. Sports Show, Cody Mack, ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1. Hey, Jeff, good to see you. I get it. And Gavendo, you loved my Fortnite take. It made perfect sense. That's what is happening in this town. And you know that any of you that had kids in your car were like, yo, Fortnite! My kid scream voice wrecked my throat. Hi. No, doing that kid yell hurt my throat. So now I'm dying. I was not. Oh, that's funny. Even though I'm a 40-year-old man who fights dirty, I will just, your kid will do all of his fun stances, and he'll come out doing his Muay Thai, and I'll walk right up and just boot him in the nuts because I don't care. And everyone would be like, that's just a kid, that's just a kid. And be like, well, don't come at the whatever saying it is if you don't want the whatever saying it is. I don't know. I've never seen Roblox or Minecraft. I've only ever seen Fortnite. So, that I'm not sure. Well, I'll make sure that next time I see your child, I do not attempt to fight him, which probably shouldn't be. I probably won't have to worry about it. But that's good. It's good advice to know. If I would be attempting to fight a child, I'll make sure, be like, hey, you Govendo's kid? And if he's like, yeah, I'll be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, no, I know that one about mess with a bull, you get the horns. There's something else. Don't something to something if you can't something to something. I don't know. Don't something to something unless you can something to something. It's not the heat in the kitchen thing either. There's something else. I don't know. What's this one? Super Salad is a partier. He's a party animal. I'll tell you that much right now. He's a party animal. He's a party animal. When he's not looking up strong guys on his computer, at any point in time out there, Super Salad Scott, you should see him. He's just looking at buff guys without shirts all the time. It's crazy.
ESPN 97.7 and 100.1. Watch live on QSportsTalk.com. This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
And hello, what are you doing? Huh? Because now there's a shirtless underage child picture taped to the studio window, I believe. I would have to say, I imagine. So every day in Galaxy, it's looking more and more like Super Salad Scott's basement. ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1, The Sports Show with Cody Mack. That's me. Unless it's you. Interesting. 315-437-7644. Them's the phone numbers. If you want to give a little ringy-ding into the Harding and Mazzotti studio, then you can do so by dialing that phone number, and we can have all the chats that you would like. Or, how about this? Throw a little curveball at you. We could have a different chat tomorrow if you guys at 6 o'clock want to join me out at Herb Z, the dispensary. Oh, how'd that work out? I'm doing a live Cocoa Puffs out there starting at 6 o'clock. Cocoa Puffs is the show too dangerous for radio. Mostly because there's legalities and things like that. I don't, they frown at me hunting endangered animals and then cooking them on stream. So we don't do that anymore. But we will be out there tomorrow, Herb Z, if you want to hang out and check out the place. It's really cool. And one of the better things that I'm looking forward to experiencing is the fact that around Herb Z, because it's the old Sweetheart market corner areas, you know what I'm talking about, like North Syracuse, there is an ass ton of delicious treats to be had a minute or two up anyway down the road. So that'll be fun tomorrow. If you're feeling fancy, then why don't you come hang out? Where's my mouse? There it is. If you want to come hang out, I'll be out there doing a live Cocoa Puffs, right? Telling fun stories, having chats, maybe doing open mouth kissing to ladies. I don't know what's going to go on. But that's tomorrow. So if you guys feel frisky, feel free to come on out. But it'll be after the sports show. 6 o'clock. Pretty sure I said that. Over at QSportsTalk.com, that's where you guys are hanging out. And during the break, hanging out, letting me know the Govendo that I have to avoid his kid. That way, when I go out for my weekly or nightly looking for Pickens fights with children, I make sure I don't do it to that kid. And if he's a freaking kickboxer, then no, I will not be looking to get kicked in the face by a kid and knocked unconscious again. Ha! Don't think so. Shooty hoops, although... Oh, no, never mind. I'm going to take that back. There is another one. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. You had a pretty decent night last night for Shooty hoops. One of the games that I thought was going to be the games of the evening was more of a blowout as Florida just giving the business to Oklahoma, although Oklahoma trying to make a game of it as a leading scorer for Oklahoma fears with 22. But Clayton for Florida dropping a bunch of threes. Florida is now 23-3. In
front of Fears, man. He can get to that rim. There's one that drops. Long bomb for Will. 5 of their first 6 shots have been 3-point field goal attempts. And here's another one. And another one that drops. That's Walter Clayton Jr. now. That was Kobe Elvis's first. Clayton Jr., pretty play. That's a great read by Clayton Jr. to understand. Clayton Jr. will reset. He's got 9 on the shot clock, but he gets the screen from Hanlockton. He'll pull up and bury it. He is a bucket. I'm telling you. Here's Hanlockton. No, but it's good offense, though. A quick early ball screen for Fears.
Pull up and bury it. I had such a good dirty joke right there about what you usually do. Wait, I won't.
The pressure they put on you after a miss. Not so fast. We have Broom. He's one of the best players in the country and may end up being the player of the year. Martin with a man in his mug. Buried a 3, and then he petted Elvis. How difficult is it to compete in this conference, and what do you have to do long-term to compete with the top?
You have to have your NIL money.
Oh, you have to have your NIL money. Because it's the SEC, best conference in the league this year.
Shoot that. Instead, he gives it to a much better three-point shooter.
As they win 85-63. Crushes Oklahoma. The second half was a little better, though, as Oklahoma tried to make it a game. If they only played the second half, they would have had to go to overtime. Get it? Because they both scored 39. Another pretty decent game here, or last night, not here. The battle of ranked teams. Number 7, Texas A&M, and number 21, Mississippi State. As Mississippi State's Hubbard dropping 25.
One of which is on a 5-game winning streak. And that would be Texas A&M. And this is where Joe Lunardi has them in bracketology coming in to Tuesday. But things get a little wild at the hump.
Close to the corner.
Which Isaiah Thomas?
Oh, not the Denver Nuggets one.
Piston. Isaiah Thomas.
Zeke Thomas.
Harris one more time. 12 of his 15 came in the second half. More Hubbard. There's another. Zing. There's Harris again.
There's Harris.
Uh-huh.
The help I need, Harris.
Hubbard, keep one now. What do you say? That elevation. Isn't it pretty?
Elevation, the quick release.
That's what you
man,
got.
you guard that.
18 second half points for him.
Turn the lights out.
Sean Jones got it. They hit 7 threes in the second half. The party was on at the hump. State, by the way, with their first win over a top 10 team this year.
What's that? Partying at the hump? Winning at the hump? You know who else wins at the hump? No, don't do it. Not everything can be a sexy mom joke. No big deal. Iowa State also got a victory over Colorado as Dak for Colorado, only with 20 points coming up short. Where have I heard something like that before of Dak coming up short and losing to a better team? I don't know. I digress as TCU getting a big old upset here over Texas Tech, and I forgot that that Jamie Dixon happened to be the coach for TCU. Texas Tech ranked 9th.
Play this out, but if they foul before they turn to top in with 3 on the clock, 4-3 to tie, and there's a foul. No whistle. TCU has tackled Texas Tech, and they are storming the court here inside Schollmeyer.
Storming the court as TCU knocks off number 9 Texas Tech 66-69. Another sexy score, but that one in the winning ways for Jamie Dixon and TCU. You gotta listen. There's all these. There's the hump, a couple 69s. Not bad. Speaking of sexy, how about we take that and I do that, and then we talk to Gavendo. What's up, bud?
How are you?
Good, man. How you doing? What's up?
Trying to get through the winter, you know what I mean?
Is it winter around there?
Usually it's the basketball team that helps me get through, but not this year, buddy.
Yeah, no, there's not as many distractions as of right now to take your mind off it. It was a bad time for football to stop in general.
Yeah, my son was supposed to have a kickboxing fight on March 1st, and they can't find him an opponent, so I figured we could throw you in there if you wanted to.
Listen, I've been punched in the face way too many times to know that it would hurt, regardless if it's a younger professional or not. So I'm going to avoid the broken nose this time.
He's only 15, Cody.
Yeah, hell no. He'd still whoop my ass. I was saying, young professional or not, I didn't get my arm broken by a 15-year-old. No, thank you.
I get it. But we should set up like a night of fights and have like Pat versus Paulie. We could have Steve versus somebody like Angry John or something, and then have Brian Higgins maybe versus Jordan. I think that would be a good fight. Yeah,
I'm in. That'd be fun. We should set up. Hopefully, maybe we do WrestleCuse this year, maybe in the fall, and then maybe we can do some stuff there.
Yeah, sign your waiver, get into the ring, and start beating each other's butts.
Right? Perfect.
All right, man. Have a good day.
Awesome, dude. Talk to you later. Thanks, bro.
See you, bro. Bye.
Yeah, no, I've so again, you know that saying about people, they don't know until they've been punched in the face. I've been punched in the face several times, okay? Once dressed as a full Grinch costume. So we're not going to go down that road probably again for quite some time. Hopefully. I want to knock on that door. Knocking on, oh, wait, did I? There we go. Drop that one. All right, there we go. One more game, and it was my game of the day as Peacock is stealing games here as all sports are streaming now, and Peacock got some basketball as number 13 Purdue took on number 14 Michigan State last night on Peacock. Oh, fancy a bird.
Not forcing turnovers. You just get easy buckets out in transition, allows you to set your own defense. Felt like they hadn't done a good enough job of remaining aggressive. Drive and kick, open look in the corner, and Richardson sticks it. That's going to be there for Michigan State. Braden Smith just always exactly where he wants to be, but this time he turns it over. Holloman, lob it. Carr! Oh, he couldn't catch it cleanly and then had it stripped. Holloman nearly had the steal. Now an advantage for Purdue. Smith to Harris. His three ball. Money.
And helter-skelter play right there.
Smith will inbound. It is hard to believe that Fletcher Lawyer's only taken one shot, and perfect off-ball defense. Lob it up. Oh! Colin Carr, a Skywalker.
A lot of times guys
huge dunk there. Huge dunk. As I now into the second half.
Richardson ahead of the pack.
Richardson, big game. 12 points.
Spin.
Jeez. One mixtape here.
Lob it up. Zapata. A chance for three.
Starting to show themselves, and Michigan State shooting 40% from three.
Intercepted. Fiddler running with Carr. He'll take it himself.
And that would almost about wrap it up as Michigan gets the victory 75-66, number 14 over number 13. Good shooty hoops. I'm a fan. Let's come back and do some things with some whatnots. Wrestling talk? Maybe let's do some wrestling. The Sports Show with Cody Mack, ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1. Yeah, Mike, I went to dive to kick the hacky sack, and on the ground I landed like this with my thumb, and it snapped it basically off of my hand. I went like this to kick the hacky sack. You know what I mean? Like dive kind of, and I went down like this with my hand, and it basically snapped it off. But my buddy was like, "Oh, you just jammed it." So then he grabbed it and yanked the shit out of it, and I heard the rest of the tendons and things snapping off. Oh. So then we went and got it checked out. It was only hanging on by a tendon.
Dude, that's not fun.
It was gross.
I am a stout believer that tearing anything is 5,000 times worse than breaking a bone, without a doubt.
Yeah, no, it's awful. It's awful, especially if you just fracture your ribs. I've heard that's always way worse than actually breaking your ribs.
When I was a junior in high school, I tore my IT band and my hip flexor in my left hip.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was not fun. But it's right in the core, it's right on the hip. So anything you move is moving those muscles. So it was just miserable.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Although I've done a million things. I've snapped my leg in half, a bajillion concussions.
I've only broken fingers, never broken another bone.
Definitely much of those, almost all my knuckles.
Yeah, my left hand, I've gotten a lot of hand injuries on.
My shoulder's basically shot.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that's not fun.
Yep.
Mine just cracks.
Bunch of ridiculousness. It's my fault. It's all my fault.
Maybe were you on the show?
No.
So it wasn't that ridiculous?
No, guess not, no. But it was like a baseball thing. I just went to throw a baseball in high school really hard, and I went
right out, huh?
Oh, and ever since then, it was just better.
Dude, there's nothing worse when your arm isn't warmed up yet and you throw something as hard as you can. It is the worst feeling in the world.
I'm almost positive that's exactly what happened.
Oh.
I was an idiot.
I didn't suffer a ton of injuries from playing baseball. I did take a couple baseballs to the face.
Ow.
You close the glove too fast. You're thinking you already caught it. And
right to the chin. No, someone in chat thought I was the one that they said that their friend or their brother broke my arm with a baseball, but that was not me. It might have been Josh.
That's a tough throw if you're breaking someone's arm.
Right? Not me.
Because usually the arm is where you kind of take it. I mean, you want it on the back, preferably. You want to just pause.
You heard him. You heard him.
You want to turn around, but
he said it. You want it on the back.
I'm leaving.
I did it. Won a couple times on the back, and he's leaving. I'm still so stuffed up today. I don't want to do that one.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Hello. Hanging out on a Wednesday. Thanks to DVOffers.com, powered by Drivers Village in Cicero. Oh. QSportsTalk.com with the injury of the century. Stubbed their toe last week. That's it. There is nothing worse as we're talking injuries. During the break, if you're looking to hang out during the break, we has chats and stuff over at QSportsTalk.com. I'll talk to you now during the show. I don't care. Talk right. Malloy says, damn, that sucks. I agree. So, if you'd like to call, you can do that as well. 315-437-7644 on ESPN Radio. 97.7, 100.1 as I've thrown myself a curveball, and I want to do more wrestling talk because I was getting DMs that said, hey, do more wrestling talk. You can DM yourself. It doesn't matter. So we'll do some quick Monday Night Raw, and then we'll do NXT because Monday Night Raw was Monday, and it's already Wednesday. But in case you missed any of it, we'll do ourselves a fun little recap, as some of the matches were pretty good. I enjoyed it, especially the main event, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. But it opens up with an announcement and usually just announcing a match that I kind of knew was going to happen isn't that great. But when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens fight, it's like watching those really uncomfortable nature videos when they're like, watch this lion fight an alligator. And you're like, oh my God, they're really going to kill each other. That sometimes happens with these guys.
Do I understand what it means? Yeah, I know exactly what it means. It means if I want to wrap a steel chair around Kevin Owens' face, you can't stop me.
Oh, my God.
And if I take him and beat him senseless in the middle of the concourse, you can't stop me. And if I decide to dump him on his head and end his career, you can't stop me. So yeah, Adam, I understand exactly what this means. What do I want? You know exactly what I want. Give me this damn match!
Oh, my God. I think he's gonna. Sounds like he's gonna. He's gonna. Spoiler alert.
In Toronto, at Elimination Chamber, it will be Kevin Owens one-on-one with Sami Zayn. But Sami, it's not official. It's unsanctioned.
Ooh, which never really makes much sense. But, yeah, they're going to kill each other in Toronto. They're both Canadians. That's going to be awesome. Another cool thing is they're getting AJ Styles real quick involved in some mid-card events, as now he might be going after the IC title, as he had a match with Dirty Dom, everybody's favorite, Dirty Dom. But Braun Breaker showed up and went to give him a spear, but he moved out of the way, AJ Styles did, because, well, he could probably hear him because he wasn't quiet about it.
The ref could have counted to 20. Pat, look out from behind. AJ, turn around. Turn around, AJ. And Breaker spear dominant as AJ sidestepped the Intercontinental Champion. And now Styles with a kick to Breaker. And Breaker sent out of the ring. And AJ Styles felt it coming. Braun Breaker embarrassed and humiliated tonight by AJ Styles. The dogs are barking in Charlotte. Clean ass kicks from AJ Styles. Anything you can do, I can do better, says the phenomenal one. And that's what it's all about. AJ would love to win the Intercontinental Championship for a second time in his career. Things did not go as planned by Braun Breaker here tonight, but I think the one thing we did learn, Pat, is that AJ Styles is nowhere near ready for the old folks home.
The dude is like 50, and he's in the best shape of anybody I've ever seen in my entire life. It's not fair. That's just not fair. And then this is always awesome. One of the newer WWE superstars, Penta, made his unbelievably super cool entrance, and then he had a match with Pete Dunne, one of my favorites, and I like that they're using Pete Dunne more because he's a Triple H guy, but Penta, one of the best luchas in the world, and one of the coolest entrances, now features a spin wheel firework, which is more, I guess, of a visual, but it still sounds cool.
Weighing in at 87 kilos,
The man who has taken WWE by storm. He has reached superstardom levels in just a month here at WWE. He was the Iron Man back at the Royal Rumble, where he would enter at number 2 and last over 42 minutes in his Royal Rumble debut. Why is the world enamored with Penta?
How could you not be?
I agree. Then he had his match with Pete Dunne here. That
Penta, Dunne caught him. There's that sit-out powerbomb for the win. Almost had him, 2.5.
I think they're using a lot of this stuff to set up, hopefully, when Penta's partner / actual blood relative, Rey Fénix, shows up. And you think Penta's awesome. Rey Fénix makes Penta look like Bronny compared to LeBron. There's a sports reference for you.
Wasn't going to end well. And this one,
I guess if you like LeBron or don't like LeBron, that doesn't help. You know what I was doing.
Penta with a win.
Penta gets a win. Nice to see a guy coming in the WWE with high praise and then isn't immediately buried by Vince McMahon. And then the main event for your Monday Night Raw, after skipping a couple other things, was actually an unbelievable matchup between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Finn Balor, one of my favorites of all time. And this one never disappoints when Finn Balor and Seth Rollins go at it.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, it was.
Buckle bomb.
Behind the back like a ball brother would.
And now Seth heading up top.
A long way across the ring for Seth. Freaking Rollins.
Bad ribs and all. Frog splash. Finn got the knees up. Roll through. Cover. Hooks the leg. Kick out by Seth. Seth caught him. Step through. You going for a sharpshooter here? Rollins rolls through. Finn's in trouble. Center of the ring. Balor nowhere to go. Is he gonna
Somewhere, Paulie's having PTSD as the Monday Night Raw main event between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. As Seth Rollins win, Finn Balor loses. Pretty decent Monday Night Raw on Netflix. However, a little better I think maybe NXT from last night as yet another former Syracuse Orange football standout shows up on NXT programming. Standing up. Hiya! Damn, Big Poppy, I was reading that while I was doing this. That's crazy, bro.
OneGroup.com or call OneGroup today at 315-457-1830. That's 457-1830. When you think Medicare, think OneGroup. We do not offer every plan in your area. Any information we do provide is limited to those plans we do offer in your area. Please contact Medicare.gov or 1-800-MEDICARE to get information on all of your options.
Dust mice. Oh, geez, that's a lot of water.
Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said Rockets, New York, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found the man pouring a bottle of Jane Scented into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, sir, your scent maracas smell amazing. Actually,
Ugh.
Jane Scented. Try Jane Scented. Way fresher than detergent alone. ESPN 97.7 and 100.1. Watch live on QSportsTalk.com.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
It's all about the game and how you play it. All about the
And we have returned. Hi there. ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1, the Sports Show with Cody Mack. Hello. Get ready for the 315 with Brian Higgins. All you riled up SU fans out there, you can hop on the phone lines in just a few. 315-437-7644. Or get ready. Do keep hanging out over in QSportsTalk.com as we were having a lot of fun in there. I mean, appreciate you guys hanging out over in QSportsTalk.com. Let's talk more wrestling before we get the hell out of here. As last night on NXT, Obafemi comes out, says he wants to speak with the group that attacked him on Saturday night. One of those men being Osiris Griffin, former Syracuse standout Josh Black. And who comes out instead but another former Syracuse football standout? This guy, one of the biggest names in wrestling. You'll know it.
So why don't you four fools come down to this ring and finish what you started?
Oh. I'd run so fast in the other way. I would run so fast in the other direction if that guy's voice told me to come down and fight. Oh. You guys might remember this guy as his first name being Quinn.
God, Booker!
Oh, yes. We know who that is. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to what he is. Oh, my God, man.
It's the TNA X Division champion.
We're talking about no bread. We're talking about no water. We're talking about just meat. Oh, my God.
Booker T's the best.
Mid-man heavyweights.
Moose has crossed the line.
I don't know if anybody is further shocked than Obafemi, the ruler, staring eye to eye with Moose.
Look at the eyes.
This is surreal.
Look at the NXT universe. They're in shock. They're on their feet. Expect the unexpected. Tuesday nights.
Waiting and anticipating this one very moment. Oh my God, man.
What a moment this is.
So with Osiris Griffin, Moose, and if they brought back an Odyssey Jones back into the fold on NXT or WWE, they could have an all-orange stable. That would be the coolest thing in the history of the world. Turns out Moose is not there just to make an appearance, as WWE and TNA has now decided they're going to work together. He's going to wrestle, guys. So for another former Syracuse football standout will be on NXT programming. Looks like as of next week even.
What an amazing surprise tonight. The TNA X Division champion, Moose, surprising all of us here, the NXT universe. How has today been for you?
It's been awesome. Great feeling. It's been a long time coming, and I'm happy I'm finally here.
Yeah, we are too.
I met Moose in Syracuse once, shook his hand, no big deal.
Obafemi, you were answering a challenge.
I've had my eyes set on him for a very long time, and in a few weeks I feel like we're going to lock horns, and we'll see who the better man is.
Yes, you said in a few weeks, but next week, we know it's official. In Cincinnati, Ohio, you'll be taking on Lexus King for that title right there.
Yeah, and you know what? Lexus King is just going to be an example set to send to Obafemi.
Good luck next week, and, well, I'm sure we're looking forward to all the matches. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, boy. So Moose going to be on NXT TV. Another pretty badass happenings on NXT, or about NXT last night, is the challenge that kind of went out on the internet after the fact, involving another TNA couple of superstars that you may have heard of. These guys, even if you haven't watched anything to do with wrestling in several years, you might remember Matt and Jeff Hardy.
I did not expect to tune into NXT programming tonight and hear our names called out on it, much less challenged to a match. But I got to tell you, no quarter catch crew, I'm very flattered that you had the Hardys on your mind tonight. Should we accept that challenge, Jeff?
Of course we should accept that challenge. We're the TNA World Tag Team Champions, man, and it's 2025. We're still innovating. We're still influencing. We're still inspiring. We're still modifying the craft of pro wrestling. How's that for an axiom? Fraxium?
Fraxium. Why don't you pull up a front row seat and watch us beat the No Quarter Catch crew? After a plot twist, a twist of fate, a swanton, you'll realize while we are the greatest tag team in all of space and time, the best, the GOATs.
And people always wonder, what's next? What's next? Maybe it's a Hardy party at NXT.
And interesting fact, I think the only title that the Hardys have never won is the NXT Tag Team Championships, which means they will then eventually win those coming up on WrestleMania season as TNA WWE, a little crossover action. The bigger news from the whole night on NXT programming itself was Ricky Starks signing a contract and changing his name.
And there is the man that shocked the world.
His name is now, and I don't hate this, Ricky Saints. So he comes out and does a thing where guys attack him, and then he makes his first match against a Wes Lee for Sooner Than Later. So now Ricky Saints, formerly Ricky Starks, now in NXT. Wrestling has been real good lately. So I'm pretty excited to keep giving you guys all of the wrestling updates as we head on through the road to WrestleMania. Not so good Syracuse basketball. That's on Brian Higgins. He can let you guys yell at him. Somehow it's his fault? No, just he will field all your phone calls. 315-437-7644. The 315 with Brian Higgins is up next. Sports Show, Cody Mack. Love you, bye.